This may be one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I left a big skid mark up my wall. Oh my god, I didn't think I was going to cry having this conversation. It's all very carby, isn't it? Good morning, friends. I'm just making some soup. I feel like I'm always doing something really homely when I start these vlogs. The days when I have time to vlog tend to also be the days where I am, well, where I have time, basically, to cook things for Rue. And then when I'm cooking things for Rue, I feel like I should film it. Very vicious cycle that I'm finding myself in. Creating TikTok content. What's wrong with this carrot? I think it's a little bit past its best, but it's going in a soup, so it doesn't matter. You might be able to hear in my voice that I have a cold. I feel like pretty much everybody's got a cold at the moment, haven't they? I don't feel awful. I'm just very bunged up, so I sound a bit meh. Today I am potentially putting up the Christmas tree. Now, it's the 7th of December. I can't believe I haven't done it yet. I just really wanted to get some things in the house sorted. You know when you want everything to like be clean and nice and tidy before you can put your tree up? Like you've got to have a big reset, haven't you, before you put your tree up. I had a load of baby stuff that I wanted to run over to my sister's to put into the loft. Stuff that was just taking up a lot of space. Things like the jumperoo, the travel system, so the bassinet, the seat, all of the stuff, the paraphernalia that goes with it, and her first car seat, the maxi cozy. So a lot of big bulky things that were just taking up space are now gone. And so I feel 100 times lighter, and now I feel like I can get the tree out. Oh, I was also gifted something very exciting, which I will show you when I have finished attacking this carrot. Made some little flatbreads. This is what I was sent. Air fryer, baby. I was a little bit worried that I was not going to be able to fit it in my kitchen because my kitchen is quite small, but I've rearranged and I found a little nook for it, which is great. I haven't used it yet because, do you know what, I'm such a weird, actually I don't even think it's that weird. I think there'll be a lot of people who are like this, but when I get something new, I don't use it for ages because I really feel like I need to like read all the information before I use it. Because of that, I actually just haven't used it yet, which is outrageous. I think I got it about a week ago. I have got all the bits out and had a good look through because it comes with loads of different pieces. Because it's basically, this one is like, it's not a basket air fryer, it is essentially a mini oven. That is a rotisserie chicken happening in there. These are all the different things you can do in it. So air fry, rotisserie, pizza, roast, kebabs, toast, grill, bake, dehydrate. I don't even know why you would need to dehydrate something. Char grill. I mean, I suppose you could make your own like vegetable crisps or something. That might be quite fun. I wonder if you could dehydrate some orange slices. That might be quite Christmassy. I actually watched a YouTube video where a woman cooked roast potatoes, roast vegetables, and a chicken pie in it. This is where it's gonna live for now, over in this corner. And as you can see, I've literally not done anything. Like, I haven't taken the plastic off. Still got the plastic on the screen. That's exciting. Maybe this weekend I will cook my first air fryer meal. Look at this little curly head. Curly whirly, aren't you? Curly whirly girly today. Fleece girl. I've just moved her into her 12 to 18 month wardrobe. And obviously it's like quite a massive window. Like previous to now, you're just in 3-month jumps. But 12 to 18 months, obviously 6-month gap. So all of it is really baggy on her, which is quite funny. But do you know what? Every time you move them up, and you put all their old clothes away and you put the new stuff on them and it looks so big, and then before you know it, they're filling it out and it's time for them to move up again. So yeah, I'm just gonna make the most of it being baggy. I'm gonna attempt to put the Christmas tree up with her in the room. This may be one of the stupidest things I've ever done. Because I thought about doing it in the evening, but I don't know, I kind of want to see her reaction to it. And also I've got a bit of time now, so I just feel like now is a good time for me to maybe construct it and then I could decorate it later. It could be interesting. She's definitely going to want to help. And her help is not very helpful at this point in time. This is our outrageously large Christmas tree bag. It is good because I can chuck literally all the Christmas things in it. But it's also huge. I should have bought a smaller one. But here we are. You can get them on Amazon. I'm enlisting the help of Miss Rachel while I put this up, in the hopes that it will keep a certain somebody occupied. You like Miss Rachel, don't you? Ready?
Hello. Hi.
There was a time when I would put up the tree listening to Mariah Carey Christmas album. This year, the soundtrack is Miss Rachel and Friends singing Jingle Bells. I mean, at least it's festive. She's looking a little bit raggedy, but it's fine. Once she's all dressed up, she will look cute. What is this patchy area going on here?
Helping me out. Get all the toys ready for Christmas.
What are you doing?
Let's help put this bike together. Say click. We did it. Okay, let's pack up that present.
Who is it? Who's that person? Mwah. That was a lovely kiss. Who's that? Ho, ho, ho. You got to do it more than once. It's not just ho. I think that's one way to get yourself on the naughty list. Calling Santa ho. It's lunchtime. This is a chunky soup that I made earlier with the little flatbreads. Ignoring that background noise, if you can. I'm going to walk to TK Maxx because Rue she sort of turned 1 and then decided to drop to 1 nap. But she's not quite ready to stay awake for those long stretches of time. So I'm going to take her on a long walk in the pushchair, our new pushchair. We got the Joey Lytrax, and she might fall asleep on the journey. She might not, but even if she doesn't, I sometimes find that just having that like extended period of time in the pram where she's just chilling, actually, you know, it does the job. And I need to get the both of us wrapped up. The temperature has definitely dropped over the last few days and nights. And on the subject of wrapping up, how cute is this hat? It's from Tesco, from F&F. It was £5, I think, and it's adorable, and it does up under her chin so she can't pull it off, which is a winner. We're home. He's just eating a rice cake and walking around, very irresponsible. Yeah, you're looking at me because you know full well you shouldn't be in there. She doesn't care. Shaking the vitamin D capsules. Don't worry, that is a sealed pot. I haven't actually opened those yet. She did fall asleep. Last week I went to TK Maxx and I bought these salt and pepper grinders, and about a day after I bought them, I dropped the pink salt one. Smashed all over the floor, glass and salt crystals everywhere. It was weird because I was just having the clumsiest day that day, and it was the cherry on top. Hello? So I've just gone to TK Maxx and bought the same set again, so I've now got 2 pepper ones. But I've got a spare for if any smashing happens again. Are you okay? These are the salt and pepper mills, possibly the most standard ever. And then I also got this for the top of the tree because we have the most rubbish star ever, and every year I tell myself I'm going to get a new one and I don't. So I saw this in TK Maxx. It was $6.99, I think. This I looked at last time I went in but didn't pick it up. I just feel like it's a really nice little decoration. Oh, you giving them cuddles? You've knocked them both over. That's very sweet. Little update on the old air fryer. I've used it over the weekend. It's been a few days since I was last vlogging, but I haven't used it to like make anything from fresh yet. So I will share that at some point this week, I think. I used it for garlic bread on Friday, starting small, you know, because I'd made a lasagna. So I used it for, it was just as like a store-bought garlic bread. And then on Saturday, I really wanted to get McDonald's, but Alex was like, no, let's save the money and just go and like get something that's kind of a halfway between eating filth and cooking. So we went to M&S. They used to do these Plant Life burgers, which I don't think they do anymore. but we did find an alternative in the plant life section, which is these steak burgers. I think they were made out of, I want to say shiitake mushrooms, which is wild because I do not like mushrooms, but the burgers don't remotely taste of mushrooms, so it's fine. And then I just cooked a load of French fries as well. Cooked it all in the air fryer in 20 minutes. No waiting for your oven to heat up, no faffing, just in the air fryer, turned things every now and then and like swapped the trays around. One thing I will say is, from the research that I've done, this is slightly slower than like a basket air fryer, but it has kind of more breadth of capability. I can cook quite a lot of different things in here at once. So I am looking forward to making more stuff in it for sure. If you enjoy a McDonald's Big Mac, which I do, this isn't sponsored by McDonald's, M&S do this special burger sauce. And this is just Big Mac sauce. It's delightful. I'm actually going to cook some of these Aldi breakfast hash browns. And now I'm realizing there is like an ongoing McDonald's theme in this segment, which is really exposing parts of myself that I'm not comfortable with. It's really funny as well, because I think, because on my TikTok, people think like I'm eating really well all the time and Rue is eating amazingly all the time, which is just not the case. Like, we are just normal people. Obviously, I put more effort into making sure she's eating the right things because she's literally a small developing body and her brain is developing, and they need so much in terms of like iron, getting their protein needs, all the rest of it. It's important because she's a little growing person. I share 2 of her meals a week, and obviously because I'm creating content for that channel and because people are watching, like, I'm not just going to be like, here's Rue having toast for the 3rd time this week, or here's Rue having pasta. I try to, well, actually that's ironic because the last TikTok I uploaded was her eating lasagna, which is pasta. But you know what I mean, like, I'm not showing all of the just run-of-the-mill normal person meals that we have. I try to make the 2 videos of hers that I share a week something interesting and that people could use as like inspiration, or to have a useful nutritional aspect to them. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let me sort this air fryer out. And there we have it, deliciously crispy hash browns. It is entirely unnecessary for me to eat 4 hash browns, and I'm doing it anyway. Live your best life. As you can see, the tree is done, and it's got the star that I got from TK Maxx. A little bit more of a natural feel with the star, and I've also got these sprayed pinecone baubles, which are very cute. I've done the fireplace, but I've yet to actually put fairy lights on here, so it still looks a little bit kind of like sparse. I've got a massive candle soot stain up the wall. Does anybody know how to deal with that? Because it's not from this candle. This is just a Glade spiced apple candle. It was actually from a candle that I got from TK Maxx, and it was this gorgeous massive caramel pumpkin candle. It smelled divine, but yeah, it left a big skid mark up my wall, so I don't appreciate that. Out in the dining room, I have got this little Christmassy arrangement. So again, some more fake foliage. This little tree is from Habitat in Sainsbury's. And this one, again, is one that I got in TK Maxx. I think I showed you this. And then over here, I've got my lovely little nativity pieces. I got these from a local gift shop. I think they are so gorgeous. From this angle, they look like a dick, but from this angle, they look very holy. And then behind that, I've got a wreath, which I actually made at my mum's the other day. Yeah, my mum had a little wreath making evening, and this is the one I made from scratch. Everybody else used up the big, full, voluminous plumes of like plastic foliage, so I had to make it from real stuff that was foraged from the garden. I don't think I did a bad job. Obviously the berries are fake, so we've got some frosty berries, some regular berries, some pine cones which I sprayed gold, some dehydrated orange, and then also some other pieces which I sprayed gold. Little red bow at the bottom, some cinnamon sticks, and yeah, I don't think I did too badly. One of my aunties said the overall effect was very Scandi, very IKEA, so I can live with that. I don't think that's too bad. I really felt compelled to just talk about Christmas very briefly. It might not be brief, probably won't be knowing me. Every time I look online, I feel like there's like an abundance of decorations on people's houses, people taking their kids on amazing days out, people buying presents, talking about the things they bought. And I know this year especially it's going to be like really tough for some people. The cost of living crisis and the energy crisis, it's just, or even war, depending on what part of the world you live in, it's just a really hard year. I think as well, we use social media to escape, don't we? So actually it's quite nice going online and seeing like amazing decorations, people going on lovely days out, XYZ. But then on the flip side of that, sometimes it can make you feel like you aren't living to the same capacity as other people. Like they're able to do so much more than you, or spend so much more than you, or their houses are so much bigger than yours, they can put out XYZ. I think everybody feels that pressure a little bit, don't they? That what they've got isn't good enough. And actually, like, I just want to remind any of you that might be feeling like that to just be really firm with setting your boundaries. And it might mean unfollowing someone for December because something about their life brings sadness to yours, because comparison is the thief of joy, and we all do it, we all compare. But realistically, you know, try to find the things that you can be grateful for. And it's really hard in a year like this to even say something like that, because I know some people will be feeling like they have nothing to be grateful for. And sorry, I'm getting upset. Oh my God, I didn't think I was gonna cry having this conversation. The reason that I feel so strongly about it, as do so many people, is because I know the things that I'm grateful for. I can think of the reasons, the things that make my life great. And then I also know there are people who don't have those things. It's not that I'm just pitying someone because they don't have the life I have. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, some people will feel like they don't have anything to be grateful for. And that really breaks my heart. If you are in a position to help, please do, in whatever way that looks like this Christmas. You don't need me to tell you. I'm probably teaching you to suck eggs because I'm sure you're all lovely people that do lovely things all the time. But there are charities like Action for Children where you can go onto their website and buy a toy or bottles and nappies, food, energy, like contribute to a heating bill. Okay, apologies. Do you know what's so funny? I'm not even like much of a crier. Well, that's a lie. I cry at the TV and films a lot. But since I've had Rue, anything makes me go. I haven't been in contact with this charity at all. I'm just giving you an example, Action for Children. Another amazing initiative I saw recently, which is from a company that I have talked about before, Mama Made. If any of you have bought Mama Made off the back of me talking about it, or just because you're a customer, they've actually got a new initiative with Little Village HQ, is their tag on Instagram. You can fill your Mama Made box. So you get your order, you can take your delivery out obviously, and you can fill it with toys and clothes and things that are in good condition for little people. And then you can go onto the Mama Made website, you can get a prepaid form to send it off for free, and all you have to do is drop it to a Collect Plus station. That will get sent to Little Village HQ. I think they're a London-based charity. I don't know if their services extend beyond that. Again, you'd need to look into it, but I just think that's amazing. And this is what more companies should be doing. I really need to stop crying. If you are somebody who is struggling this year, whether that's for financial reasons, whether that's just for emotional reasons, family reasons, I know it can be a really hard time of year, you know, make the day what you want it to be. If your family are really toxic, fuck them off. Spend the day in Christmas pajamas, eating amazing snacks and watching films. If you really don't have the money for things for your children this year, just know that they don't really care about that. Children just want to spend time with their parents, so do something fun together. And I don't mean going out and spending loads on a day out or a meal or whatever. It could just be like getting snacks, building a den, getting dressed up with all the stupid stuff you've got in your wardrobe. Those are things that actually 10 years down the line, they will remember. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because I'm feeling like flooded with stuff when I go online, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, whatever, just like lots of things happening that I know aren't really accessible for a lot of people at the moment. And felt like I had to get it off my chest. And I am actually very surprised that I've bawled my eyes out in the process, because that's not what I was expecting. But here we are. Just had lunch, made a little tortilla wrap pizza in the air fryer. It looked significantly better than this, but Rue likes to eat her toppings first. And this looks outrageous because I've tried to put it over her massive hoodie, so I've just not done it up. But it's doing the job, isn't it, honey? I'm going to take her out for a long walk, I think. I usually like to go for a long walk and listen to a podcast. The subject of podcasts, actually, I feel like I haven't really talked about them very much on my YouTube. And to be honest, it's sort of out of shame that I seem to have discovered podcasts like 5 years after everybody else discovered podcasts. If I'm walking out in public and I've got music in, I just find it very overwhelming. It's like it's noise, because I will be thinking about something while I'm listening to music, because the music's very much happening in the background. Whereas with a podcast, it occupies most of your brain thoughts, so you are really listening and like your whole mind is tuned into it. So anyway, I'm singing the praises of podcasts as if people haven't been listening to them for ages now. I listened to Grace Beverley's Working Hard, Hardly Working. She's had some really great guests on: Candice Brathwaite, Jamie Genevieve, Feel Better, Live More with Dr. Chatterjee. It's really interesting for just everything to do with the self in terms of like physically. A podcast I've really been loving is How to Fail with Elizabeth Day. She basically invites on guests a range of well-known people. If I listen to so many, Andy Oliver, Mallory Blackman, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Tom Daly. I just listened to a couple of lives with Sophie Ellis-Bextor and Caitlin Moran. The next one I'm going to listen to is Craig David. She basically invites them on and they discuss 3 failures in their life that they think have defined their lives, and how failure actually in a roundabout way is a road to success, because all these small things that feel horrendous at the time lead you to ultimately a better path. Also, what doesn't happen for you just isn't for you. Like, I don't know, I found it really interesting. And also just, that's the kind of the framework of the podcast, but actually what results is just really interesting conversation. I've been really enjoying that, and the good thing about it is it's on season 15. So I have a lot of podcasts there to go back and listen to. So I've just been scrolling through, and like whenever I see a name that I know and love, I click on it. And then eventually I'll probably get around to people I've never heard of. And I imagine I will enjoy them just as much. Another podcast I listen to every now and then is Beyond the Self with Africa Brooke. You might be aware of Africa Brooke on Instagram, you might not. Her whole thing is kind of breaking free of the current culture of like toxicity, like cancelling people not being able to make any mistakes, but also people thinking in a very binary way, like you're either right wing or left wing, or if somebody believes this, you have to just completely discard that whole person. Not to the level of like, she's not excusing hate speech, just to clarify, and I certainly wouldn't excuse that either. Just that idea that we're all humans, we're allowed to grow, we're allowed to change, we're allowed to make mistakes, and that actually it's quite normal to do that. It's not normal to think everything is black and white and not understand that actually the majority of us kind of operate in this grey area in between. It's about freeing yourself from the shackles of like being outraged by everything as well. I think it's in the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Whoever writes that book, I can't remember, Mark something, I think. And he talks about the fact that the emotion that human beings most like to indulge in is outrage. And it is so true. And it actually takes up so much of our emotional energy. And don't get me wrong, obviously there are certain things which are going to make you feel outraged, and quite rightly so. And those feelings are valid. But the current world it wants you to be outraged by everything. It tries to sensationalize everything. And actually, you're only on earth for such a finite amount of time. Why would you spend so much of it indulging in those feelings? Do you know what I mean? When you could just be thinking, well, that person thinks differently to me, and move on with your life. Obviously, again, I just need to reiterate, this is not inclusive of hateful attitudes. And I think the thing I love most about Africa is that she is quite open about saying, I don't want you to agree with everything I say, and I hope you don't, because that would mean that you're not thinking for yourself. It's okay to disagree with someone on one topic, but still have a level of respect for them and still kind of keep that dialogue open. And I feel like that's so true, because some of the things she posts, I think, oh, I don't really agree with that because of X, Y, Z, but at least then I'm thinking for myself. You know, I've got that level of like critically approaching something and wondering, what do I think about it? I think it's kind of important to have those things reminding you to think like that, because everything about the online world and media world is designed to make you not be like that. It's designed to make you follow in your thinking. So yeah, I feel like that got very deep. Gonna come with mummy for a walk. She likes going out in her buggy. We both do. We like going for our little walks. I bought the TikTok shop Uggs. They're pretty good, to be fair. Obviously it doesn't say Ugg. It says for shelves. Whatever the hell that's supposed to say. They're a little bit snug. I saw some comments saying to size up. I'm personally glad I didn't, because I think after a few wears these are going to be fine. They've already got fluff in them from where I've been wearing them. Yeah, very toasty. And I think about 25 to 30 pounds. I reckon that's the price. Thanks, TikTok. Hello again. I'm in a bit of a mad rush today. I think this is going to be the last day that I include in this vlog, because tomorrow is my birthday. Alex is taking me away for the weekend, which I'm very, very excited about. We're not going far from home, but it's going to be so nice. Rue is going to stay with her grandparents, and I am going to have some quality time sleeping in a hotel bed, and hopefully sleeping through from my bedtime until whatever time my body tells me to wake up. Today I am in a bit of a mad rush because not only are we like mid sorting all this product launch stuff, but then also I want to make sure that everything's teed up so I can just enjoy this weekend. I am going to have to do a little bit of work while we're away, but I don't really mind about that. And I'm obviously packing everything for us to go away and for Rue to go away for the weekend, which seems to take so much more planning. Like, babies just come with so much stuff. I realise Rue is 1 now, so I need to get out of the habit of calling her a baby. She's going to be my baby forever. I'm going to be saying that till she's 10. But yeah, they just come with so much stuff. You got to think about like bath time, bedtime, meals, etc. Babies have so many little meals and snacks throughout the day, and I just want to make it as easy as possible because I know my mum will keep busy and she'll be, you know, with my sister or doing XYZ because she's got Rue and she's obviously looking forward to having her. So I just want to make sure I've got a couple of bits ready and snacks ready. So I'm going to roll that in with the air fryer because I still haven't actually made anything from scratch, and I don't think it's going to happen now till next week, as in like a proper meal. Do you know what I mean? Like me getting some chicken wings, that seems to be what everyone does with an air fryer, and making a marinade and cooking them properly. I need to be able to give that my time and attention, and those are 2 things I don't really have this week. Wow, so it's actually many hours later. I had a phone call literally just as I was logging, and then my whole afternoon got turned upside down. It's kind of pushed back my cooking. I'm feeling a little bit more stressed than I was earlier, and I was hoping that by now I might be done. It's actually Rue's dinner time soon as well, so I'm just cooking some pasta for her, but it's fine because I can bulk cook some pasta. I will defrost some of our lentil pasta sauce, and she can have that tonight, and also take a couple of portions to mum's. And I think what I'm going to do is bake the pancake sheet thing in the big oven and the broccoli cheese twists in the air fryer, and then I can just do everything at one time. This is how I freeze her pasta sauce in these, are they Nubby or Nook? Can't remember which brand. Those brands have got very similar names. I think these are Nook silicone food trays. These ones are all lentil pasta sauce. This one is jam, which I actually might also take out because I'm sure she will enjoy that actually. Mum can just give her some jam on toast. It is literally so handy having things batch cooked because you just don't have to think about it. I really should have done some of this cooking earlier in the week, but I didn't. I'm a fool. Baking done. I've got pasta with lentil sauce. I've got my pancake sheet, which has got banana, peanut butter and blueberry. And I've got my cheesy broccoli twists. And the other 4 are just in the air fryer still. These came out really good. They look amazing. I mean, my twisting is terrible because I was in a rush, but the cooking on them, chef's kiss. It's all very carby, isn't it? But you know what? Carbs travel well, so. Also, I finally got around to buying child locks. I've gone for the magnetic ones. These ones are from Acorn. To be honest, I just went on Amazon and chose the ones that had good reviews but were on offer. So it was these. I will report back on whether they are any good, but I've heard good things. I'm going to leave the vlog here because this evening is dedicated to actually packing our stuff and getting ready to go. I'm glad I got that food stuff done. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I realised there was a lot going on, lots of different emotions. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.